The Singing Gardens in Toolangi is a tourist attraction in the Yarra Valley. Its beautiful gardens blaze colours all year round, and there are many varieties of shrubs, bushes and trees in a delightful setting. But this is more than just a garden. It's a unique legacy for all Australians because these gardens were planted by one of the nation's most beloved writers, C.J. Dennis, and his wife Biddy. This was where Dennis spent most of his life until he passed away in 1938. He adored this place, not just for the lovingly tended gardens, but also the prolific bird life they attracted and the forests of towering mountain ash that flanked the property. For more than 42 years, the gardens have been in the hands of Vic and Jan Williams, who have cared for them in a way C.J. Dennis would have undoubtedly approved, and both have done much to keep Dennis's memory alive, including the 2012 festival and poetry competition.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to welcome you today through the Singing Gardens of C.J. Dennis and our 5th Toolangi C.J. Dennis Poetry Festival. And gorgeous day, what else could we expect? This year we have had over 100 entries, which I think is up.
On the device works, I've had a look at the number of the poems that have been presented, and the diversity is incredible, and they really are a credit. And I congratulate all of this year's winners.
So I'm supposed to have a chat with them, are we?
Yeah, mate.
Yeah, brung up as I was. Just a few words I want to say. The C.J. Dennis Society, I think, has been a really important development because it allows a focus for all those people, and there are probably thousands around Australia, we still have to catch most of them, who are interested in C.J. Dennis's work, and for good reason. Next minute you're in the street with all the nice cement and dirt and motored wheels and horses' feet, and when you find you are not hurt, you laugh with all your might and main and wish they'd play that game again.
It came into legal existence last year, incorporated last year. And so we spent the first year letting people know that we exist. Because we formed because there was no C.J. Dennis Society. He is the greatest writer that Australia ever had, you could argue, and there was nothing named after him. A few little groups around Australia, but no society really seriously dedicated. So the first year was just consolidating and getting ourselves properly registered, because unless you're properly incorporated, you don't get access to any grants. And it worked. I'm sure every year from now we're going to see it get better and stronger and expand. We've got great ideas for next year's festival already.
And I believe he's here with a poem called The Horrible Tiger. Rory Kent. Rory.
I shinned up a tree to escape from the beast. I was its only young feast. The guide had gone. I heard nothing more. The tiger let out a very loud roar. It could not climb up and eat jolly me. I started to laugh. Ha ha, hee hee. The dangerous tiger hated the noise. The killings were its only joys. It hated the jolly sounds of fun. It made it want to hide and run. It took a step away from the sound, its heavy paws gripping the ground. This amused me even more. I was shaking from my core. The tiger's face was of shock. He was a laughingstock. I'd won. I'd beaten him.
I remember the people of the dream time who used to rule this land. I can imagine the tall white sailing ships as they arrived upon the sand. The English saw potential in this place and took it for their own. They didn't care about the natives, just the Queen on her throne. I might not be proud of the fact that we stole this land away, but now we can build off the past and work forward from today. I feel proud to be Australian, to be so accepting and kind too. I hope that you feel the same way, that we are all true blues. Traffic lights pulse a disco beat for thousands of pounding, rushing feet, scurrying in the race to work. On the roads, trucks swerve and jerk. And as a cuckoo clock, right on midday, they all emerge from being tucked away. Businessmen and women flee, from flickering screens to buy sushi. Have you been to Old Sydney town? It's truly the liveliest one around.
Every day I buzz around, a busy life suits me. Cut and paste, cook and taste, write a rhyme, dance and mime, as busy as a bee. A bee in my bonnet is what I have now. My passion is saving the whales. Their global range we must not change, as they plunge and leap in oceans deep, sailing with storms and gales.
I have to wrap him up in towels to keep him warm at night. I have to sleep beside him because he often gets a fright. Although he wears big antlers, he's as timid as a mouse, and if I let him have his way, he'd sleep inside the house. And so he rests inside the shed on something of a slope. He's my shonky wonky antelope. I'm missing a my, I keep forgetting. It's too many.
Wilhelmina Philpott fed her dragon table scraps of veggies, meat and greens. And all was hunky-dory until Wilhelmina's mother opened up a can of Heinz baked beans. Baked beans are favourites of dragons, but results of eating them are dire, because they give them wind, and when the baby dragon farted, Wilhelmina Philpott's house caught.
And second place, which is where I said, oh my God, goes to David Campbell for If CJ Dennis Came to Tea.
Quite a dream, you must agree, to have old CJ come to tea. But there's so much I want to say. A tribute that I'd like to pay for all the joy his words can bring. In troubled times his verses ring with laughter, hope and wisdom's light to brighten up the darkest night.
Only 6 years by Stephen Whiteside.
Oh my God!
But still, I just struggle. I can't comprehend why it all went so sour so quick. He must have been rolling in joy for a while, from Doreen, the bloke, Ginger Nick. To think that he went from such ecstatic heights to valleys of heartache and tears, that all he had fought for so hard he had lost, and had lost it in only 6 years.
Still free. To rape the land, pollute the soil, spoil water in pursuit of oil, trash people's lives in search of gold and gas and coalfields, new or old. And so behold, the miner's right, the right that bends all others' rights to my own ends, to plunder more and render less and make heaps from pits and leave a mess. And you acquiesce.
We were raucously emoting, rather forcefully than gloating, somewhat cautiously as floating, like a dream we won the race. He had towed our crew to glory, like a Jonah whale, before we came to know the proper story of the smile upon his face.
Oodlebug, oh Oodlebug, hiding there beneath my rug, find another place to go. I don't want you here, you know. Tie your strings in Granny's knots and soak them all in tea, and let them dry for 20 days, or maybe 23. Hang them beneath a tree, a wattle tree's okay, and Peppy Tweet will not come back today or any day.
Jan's a great one for mustering people in to help, but that doesn't detract from the fact that they actually come and help. So,
They're wonderful.
Jan and everybody who works with Jan, thank you from the Society.
Everyone who attended the festival was given a poetry book especially published to mark the occasion. The book contains the poetry competition results, the winning entries, judges' comments, and is illustrated by CJ Dennis photographs. It's more than just a souvenir, it's a quality publication which is available from the CJ Dennis Society.